We're looking at minicamp and OTA clips. We're going back to the Cleveland Browns and getting another look at Quinshon Judkins. We're getting ready for training camp. We're going to talk about what we want to see out of him in training camp during his rookie season while talking ball on him. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice. Training camp's here soon. We'll have all the training camp clips, your favorite rookies, guys you're drafting in fantasy football. So come August, you know who's climbing the depth chart, who's still dealing with the injury. It's all going to be right here. Quarterback battles, your favorite players. Click that button. Know what your players are doing behind the scenes. It's very important. That's why I do this. Quinshon Judkins. Of course, we'll talk some Dillon Sampson. I already did a video on him a few days ago, doing his re-up for training camp. 2.5 minutes here. We're looking at him. And there's a lot to say. One thing I want to say and throw this out, because this highlight here that we saw kind of throws it out to me. When I look at Sampson and Judkins, I look at them as the Bash Bros off Mighty Ducks. Off the Mighty Ducks, the Bash Bros. Judkins is used to sharing the backfield with Trevion Henderson. Not giving a comparison to the players, but now he's got his speed back, the guy who can catch the ball in the backfield, a guy that had very good numbers coming out of Tennessee. A running back that if he wasn't nicked up by that injury during that high state game and had to deal with that during the draft process, probably would have got drafted a little bit higher. The Browns took him because he was an incredible discount for the talent. That's the thing about him. That's the thing about Sampson. And the thing about that I believe Sampson paired with a guy like Quinshon Judkins is like the perfect pair. Perfect for Sampson too, because he doesn't have to be the guy. He doesn't have to take on a full workload. His touches are going to be more optimal. I think Judkins is going to feed off that. I think this is going to be a great committee. I think they already have one of the best running back committees in football right now. They got Jerome Ford. Don't forget about him. He's proven he can do some things in the NFL. You got this quarterback battle right now. Shedeur, Flacco, people watching Gabriel. I'm looking at that every day. We're looking at the highlights of that every day. Training camp is going to be hot and heavy. Quinshon Judkins. I would not be surprised that within a few weeks of the season, he's taken over the league. I would not be surprised. This is a guy in a first few games took over the SEC. A guy that during high school recruiting, you go look at 24/7 Sports and the rankings, he was down there. He was down there. And Ole Miss had a running back prospect named Zach Evans, former 5-star recruit. Everybody was looking at him to take that job and just go off in the SEC and become a big-time draft pick. Judkins took his lunch. Judkins took his lunch. Now, there's a lot of other things with Evans. That's a whole video in itself. But he was also kind of flighty during the high school recruiting process. There's a big story with that. Off and on throughout his collegiate career. And now he showed up to be nothing in the NFL. Judkins took his lunch, though. A 5-star prospect with a lot of promise. Judkins stepped in there and said, no, not today. This is my job. Goes off in the SEC, one of the best running backs in college football at that time, and then re-ups it the next year. He completed all the tasks at Ole Miss. Next thing to do is win the title. You ain't going to do that at Ole Miss. He goes to Ohio State. Cool with sharing the backfield with Hendo. Has a good season there. We get drafted in the second round. Before we get drafted in the second round, we blaze the track in Indy. We go off at the combine. So going with all that together, there's one time during his collegiate career he was considered the top running back in college football, if not one of the top running backs in college football. We blaze the track in Indy. We have an early breakout age. We supplanted a 5-star. We share the backfield with another 5-star and we produce. We get a natty. This guy named Ashton Jeanty comes in, has a historic season. O'Marion Hampton has a good season. Judkins, the first-round caliber running back the Browns get in the second round. They get a first-round caliber running back in the second round. A great discount here. What we're hearing and seeing from minicamp OTAs, rookie camp, he's looking good. You'll know more about these backs when the pads get on. You'll know more about these backs when the pads get on. And they're going to blow your face away. You're going to see them make big runs. Stefanski's going to use the run game hard. He showed that with his transactions, especially with this draft year. He drafted 2 running backs. The thing is, You can't pass on Sampson at that deal in the 4th round. Quinshon Judkins, the first-round caliber running back. You just go from the production. You go from what he did in Indy. You go through the career. First-round caliber running back. I mean, the first running back drafted last year only had 1 ACL. You're looking at a guy like Quinshon Judkins. He had been a first running back off the board in last year's class. Put that on notice. Put that on notice. In a lot of these drafts, he's the first running back off the board. He's probably going to be up there in steamed up drafts more due to that, and he might be a first rounder, early second rounder, depending on the economy of the draft. Each draft is its own economy. You have to understand the player pools. That's very important. That's why we mock draft on this channel every day, to understand the player pools. That allows you to understand the variance of what could happen with the players in the draft, and then it is what it is. Then it is what it is with what these teams do. Now you're looking at Judkins here. Now he's already proven to us from high school to college that he can just go off instantly. Just jump levels and go off. He's already proven that. So why can't he prove that going from college to the NFL when he's already proven that he's a top flight prospect for the running back position? Why can't he do that? Why can't the quarterback position is very ambiguous, but we also know this team wants to use the running back position heavily. We want to use these running backs. If Shedeur gets his opportunity, he's got a good run game to lean on. He's got 2 very talented young running backs to lean on that will help him out. I believe you're going to get Judkins. I believe he's going to be your Nick Chubb 2.0. Not as a comparison to Nick Chubb. It's honestly hard to compare to him. But comparison in a way where Nick Chubb was underdrafted, should have been drafted higher. I believe that then. I believe this now with Judkins. And you're going to all of a sudden see Judkins just explode in that comparison type of terms. Like, Judkins should be the man automatically. He'll be a top back in the league. Dillon Sampson's going to be used. He's going to get opportunity. This run game is going to be a focal point. Whoever wins this quarterback job, if Shedeur can win the quarterback job and be the quarterback for the long term, there's a lot of factors outside his control with the Browns, and plus it's the Browns. It's the Browns at the quarterback position. That's why we got the meme with all the names on the jersey. If they can get stability at the quarterback position, if Shedeur can be the quarterback, he's got 2 devastating, talented running backs that will put havoc on the league. And then if once they figure out the quarterback, they're going to add wide receivers and keep drafting that and keep adding talent once they figure that out. And if you're a Browns fan, and if they don't figure out this year, they got ammo for next year's draft. Right now, it looks like a better quarterback draft, but I'm going to put the words right now in it because that could change in a heartbeat. NIL, everything else. I expect Quinshon Judkins to have a little bit of a ramp up this year. I expect a little bit of volatile production. I believe once we're in the middle of October, we're going to know Quinshon Judkins is a dog. Is a dog in the league. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. And Sampson's there as well, playing good. I believe this is going to be one of the better running back tandems in football. I think this is going to help the Browns. I think they're looking quarterback with the media. These are the 2 guys you need to be paying attention to, honestly. These are the 2 guys. These are the 2 guys that can turn Cleveland around. I saw that they're looking at getting a new stadium. I saw it might be a dome stadium. I don't think that's going to fit Browns football. I just don't believe it all my life, especially when you watch those highlights from the 90s, that beat-up field. That's Browns football. And Judkins, Sampson, the run game, that's Browns football. Cold weather, ugly-looking football, that's Browns football. That's my take on that. I want them to be outside. I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's harder on fans. I don't think the fans care in Cleveland either. It's Cleveland. It's Cleveland. But Judkins, we're going to know. We're going to be eating trick-or-treat candy, carving it into our turkey, knowing that Judkins is the future for the Browns. That's what's going to be happening. Halloween time, we're going to know. Let me know what you think, though, in the comments below. And hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.